Hi there guys, it's Pip here from pipweekly.com, and today I just want to talk to you about some of the reasons why you might start considering having your own business. Now, I have my own business. I started with a company in April 15th, 2018, and since then I've had a lot of support, which has been absolutely fantastic. Now, I'd never considered myself as a business person, always being quite introverted, quite shy by nature. Certainly never, studied business at school or considered myself to have any business acumen. Certainly a long time since I did the basics, maths, basic literature, and I wouldn't have said that that was a natural path for me. Now, I can only go off my personal case, but hopefully it will illustrate to you some of the reasons that you might consider it to be a good move for your future. So when I started, what was the position that I was in? Well, I already had a job and I was working 4 days a week. I actually worked as a cleaner. I work for the National Trust, which is, it's a good organisation. But I felt that I could do something more. And what had happened to me was that a couple of years previous, I had moved away from my family home, which is based in the middle of England, and I had moved to Wales to live with my older brother. Now, of course, that meant a change of a lot of things, a change of things that you're familiar with, accents and just kind of basic surroundings even. And it was a totally different way of life. You're moving away, from things like old relationships that you've had for a long time, things that you've invested in, and it was quite a change for me. So with that in mind, there was a geographical distance between myself and my mother, who still lives at our family home. Now, I'm quite a homely person. I believe quite strongly in family. Maybe that comes from having quite a lot of family, cousins and aunts and uncles. And I just felt that I could really feel that geographical distance every day. And I wanted to move back towards my mum in the future. None of us getting any younger, time is passing by. And I do believe in being there to support your family. And I found that quite difficult being so far away. The other thing is, of course, skill set. I did struggle to find appropriate training for my position. There didn't seem to be a predetermined path, and I just felt that I needed a bit more structure. I wanted to improve myself. I felt I had a ceiling effect, I could do more, and I just really wanted to stretch my capabilities, and I really wanted to find something that I was passionate about. I wanted to start myself on that journey. Again, I started when I was 25, and I really felt like, not that time had passed me by, but that the opportunities were not getting any greater with time. The time was just going on and I wasn't making the progress that I wanted to make. And I did want to improve myself and just see how far I could go. I do believe that variety is the spice of life, and I did want to, as I say, just expand my knowledge and give myself a greater feeling of competency and sense that I was moving towards something that was deep and meaningful to me, rather than just having every day the same. Of course, going back to that, this would be the third reason. I did feel that every day was more or less the same. I did feel like the weeks were similar week in and week out, and I remember kind of sitting down with myself and saying to myself, where is this all going? Where is the long-term goal? What am I creating in my life? And how do I make a progress for my future so that I end up somewhere where I'm happy? I didn't want to be one of those people who kind of wakes up one day and kind of goes, oh my gosh, this is okay, but I just suddenly realised that I wanted so much more, and I didn't take the time to sit down and really concentrate on that. And that really bothered me. So definitely that might be another reason you might start. Of course, the fourth reason would probably be finance. I'm quite lucky, my wage does sustain me. But of course there are things in the future that we're going to need more of. Probably if you're my age, if you're in your 20s, You probably have a rent to pay, maybe you still live with parents, but maybe you're looking to get a car, and other things that you will naturally need more of in the future. Hopefully one day you'll have your own place. Maybe you just want a bit more time freedom with family as well. You want a bit more capital to spend on them. For me personally, I would like more capital to spend on my family. I know our family home has taken a bit of a bashing from us 3 kids, and it would be lovely to see that done up and put in the way that my mother would like it, especially now that she is the only person living there now. So, as I say, the 5th reason, I did mention this slightly earlier, is time freedom. So having a business is a great way to have time freedom. What do I mean by that? Well, I'd never heard of time freedom before. I'd heard of free time, but time freedom, and I thought, oh, what's that? What's the difference? Time freedom is basically living a way of life where you have time to concentrate on what is important for you. Now, of course, that's different for everybody, but one thing it definitely meant for me is it meant more than just going to work and then in my spare time doing all the things that I needed to do to get myself turned around. That's your ironing and your washing and getting your food in and making your house clean and seeing and maintaining relationships. And by the time you've done that, you're back at work. Time freedom means that you have the time to really build on yourself, not just as a professional and do the things that you want to do, but also to build on yourself personally, and really take some time to explore and discover and expand your horizons and help people around you that you love do the same, not be stuck in this kind of rut where you've got to go to work all the time and the hours are set and time is limited, and maybe even if you do have a lot of time in the evening, you might be too tired to go out and enjoy what you really want to do. Now the final thing I'm going to mention is geographical freedom. So I work online, I'm a digital entrepreneur, and what that means is that because I have my laptop, because I have my mobile phone, I can work from pretty much anywhere, which is really great for me. I do like to go home and see my mother, so that's wonderful. I can take my laptop to the library, which I do a lot of. I can wire it up and work outside on the nice days. Can work in any room of the house. I'm not limited. I don't have to. I can work any hours that I want as well because of that geographical freedom. Even when I was away on holiday recently, I still managed to take my laptop with me, and I could still spend time making sure my business was ticking over, so that I would still get paid, which was wonderful. So there are a number of great benefits to starting your own business. Now, of course, there's more than just a digital business. You can have a brick and mortar business, maybe you have a franchise, maybe you have a service, you're a freelance photographer, for example, maybe your passion is singing, maybe you're a wedding singer, maybe you have your own workshop, you're a carpenter, you have a skills, you're in the trade, or maybe you want to design your own product, maybe you have a physical product that you really find to be really useful to your lifestyle, and you think, I'd really like to go into that kind of business. So there are lots of different things that you can do, and for me personally, I would say the main thing I found is courage and freedom. My confidence has increased massively. Before, I would have never ever voluntarily sat down and done a video like this. As I say, I'm not an extroverted person by nature, but I do feel that I have a lot more confidence in myself because I feel like I am gaining more skills that will help me to be independent. It's boosting my self-esteem, and that for me is a great gift, really, as well, of course, as my future, when I will be able to spend more time and hopefully have more finance available to spend on family, that will be wonderful and help them achieve their dreams. So yeah, it's a wonderful gift to have your own business. It does of course have a few downsides. There is a lot of responsibility. You do have to be resourceful. You do have to take ownership, which is a learning curve, something that I'm still kind of going through myself. It does take time to instill those attributes. But I just wanted to highlight some of the benefits so that you have the opportunity to explore if this might be right for you. So that's all from me today. I hope you found that video insightful, and until next time, you take care. Bye bye now.